Hey cosplayers, I'm Skylar Osler, and in today's live apprenticeship, I'll be teaching you how to make a foam mask or helmet. We're going to be making some PJ masks, the helmets for the kids for Halloween. And so if you're watching the replay, YouTube does have a feature now to be able to watch in 1.5 or 2 times speed. So make sure to take advantage of that if you're watching this. It's going to be a 2-hour live stream here. But we're going to go through the process, answering questions as we go, hanging out, having fun. So let's see if we got anybody on yet. All right, let's see. Wowza, what's up? Hello. And then we got Lindsay Magpie. Well done, I guess. Cool, cool. Welcome. Thank Hi, what's up? Okay. So, if you didn't hear in the introduction here, we're going to be working on a foam mask slash helmet. Making some PJ Masks helmets for the kids. So we're working on a Catboy helmet here, a little Catboy cowl. So this will be pretty cool. Let's see. Joshua Campbell from Minnesota? You're in Minnesota? Nice. Welcome. Lyrically Geeky, what's up? Cool, cool. Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. We're going to, as you can see here, we got a couple pieces ready to go. I already taped up the kids' faces and heads to be able to figure out the template pattern here for their masks. So you can see that here in the blue tape, blue painter's tape that I used. And I cut those out, did my registration marks, transferred it onto my foam. I'll switch camera angles here for you guys in just a second. So they're ready to glue. I wanted to try to glue it before we got started, but it was taking I didn't get down here fast enough and get things set up quick enough to do that before, so you guys are going to have to watch me glue for a second. So, let's see. Rodrigo's from Brazil. Sweet. Amber, what's up? Lyrically Geeky from Phoenix. We got people from all over. CC Wiz, hey man, what's up? Fresno, California. Nice. Cool, cool. Everybody, thanks so much for joining in. As we get going here too, I'm going to try to keep an eye on the comments the best I can. Olivia isn't going to be here to help me. She might step in here and there. She's got a friend over and she's getting the kids to bed right now for me. So I could get started on this with you guys. So, I do have Super Chat enabled, so if any of you guys want to sponsor this video, make it possible, help me out to be able to continue making these, feel free to donate through that, or if I'm not seeing your comment or something like that, you can also use that to get your comment to stick to the top and make sure I see it, so I'll give you a big shout out. Let's see, what else have we got? Rodrigo, hello and good night. Alrighty. Let's see. It's 3:38 a.m. in the UK. Whew! Early morning / late night, Lindsay. Or wait, let's see. Sorry, I have these goggles on. I can't quite. Yeah, Lindsay Magpie. Awesome. Tuning in from the UK. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see. Amber, you going to FearCon next 2 days? I have tickets, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. We've got a bunch of stuff going on with family stuff and things locally here at home in our neighborhood. So I'm not sure. Probably won't be able to make it, but yeah, thanks for checking in on that, though. All right, cool. Well, we're going to jump in. We're going to start with gluing. So that's why I got my safety goggles on, and I got my mask ready to go. we're gonna jump into gluing. I've got some contact cement in here, and I've got a little scrap piece of foam to help me kind of brush on the contact cement here. So this is I cut this out on 6mm foam, EVA foam, and I've got my registration marks. We've got our right side and our left side, and you can see some of these angles I cut, or some of these I cut at an angle. Some of them are cut straight. These straight edges are attaching to one another. These angled edges will be down along the face. I wanted it to kind of taper off, and we'll clean that up a little bit. But yeah, so that's kind of catching you up to where I'm at. Let's see. Oh, nice. You won VIP ticket. Sweet. Cool, will do. Let's see. Lyrically Geeky, making my Halloween costume this weekend. Following your Wonder Woman vid. But don't have a heat gun. Got any tips for what works with craft foam? If you don't have a heat gun, if you do have like a gas stove, you can kind of heat it up over that. I wouldn't highly recommend it. You can basically anything that produces a decent amount of heat. Some hair dryers might get hot enough. You won't get tons of leeway to shape things if it's just a hair dryer, probably, with because I don't know if it gets hot enough to let you shape it as much as you probably would like. But yeah, I mean, I've seen some people stick the foam in like a toaster oven if it's small enough to heat it up and then shape it. Yeah, I mean, I would probably just say it's worth it to just go get a heat gun. Something like from Harbor Freight, you can get them for like $10, 10 or $11, something like that. But if you go for something from more of an investment, you're looking around 30 or 40. Even like 25 isn't too bad. You can get a decent heat gun for 25. So I would say just pitch it, put the money in, invest in a heat gun. It'll help you in all kinds of different cosplay things and in crafts and stuff. So hopefully that helps. Let's see. Yo, blow dryer with a hot setting. Yeah, cool. So, please making a cosplay of Hawkeye. Yeah, that would be sweet. Hawkeye is pretty awesome. Yeah, I'll have to add that to the list. I've got a long list of things I want to make for sure because there's so many cool costumes out there. So, okay, well, we're going to jump in. I'll check in the comments here in a little bit, try to catch up. But we're going to jump in and get some gluing going. So let's switch camera angles here. There we are. Nice. Okie dokes. Oops. Okay, right off the bat, I'm spilling all over. So that's fun. Good way to start. Came out a little faster than I expected on that. Sorry if I sound like some kind of villain or something. You think the darkness is banging or something? I don't know. The mask definitely changes my voice a bit, so. Sorry, this is probably kind of, like I said, I wanted to try to get this done before we jumped on because the gluing part's not much fun to watch. But was unable to, so this is what we get to do. And actually, I'm going to toss this up on the big screen so I can see you guys' comments a little bit better. Okie dokes, here we go. Okay. Sound like a kid trying to play Bane. That's funny. Let's see. Oh yeah. CC Wiz, looks like Amber answered that question for you. It's good to try to lay down like tin foil or a saran wrap if you can underneath the tape. But if it's just on your face, I would just tape it. It's gonna kind of stick a little bit when you take it off, but it's easier just to stick it on without having to try to wrap something around your head. Oh yeah, like a military guy in a hazmat suit in ET. Okay, cool. Alright, continuing on. Sorry if you guys hear a bunch of knocking and like banging sounds. Olivia and her friend are working on replacing the boys' floor upstairs. A laminate click flooring, floating floor kind of thing. So they're like hammering stuff into place. Amber asked, how long should you wait after putting the glue on before you try to stick it together? It's usually about minutes, depending. And sometimes you might want to double do a second coat of the glue too. Just kind of depending on if you feel like you got good enough coverage after the first one, or if the foam sucked in a lot. Sometimes good to do a second coat. But yeah, I'll show you here in a second how you can kind of tell just from the feel of it and the sound that it makes. So we'll get to that in a second here. But yeah, it's generally like 5 to 10 minutes. Again, that depends on the humidity and how warm it is and stuff, and the space you're working in and all that stuff. But lyrically geeky. To answer that question, is foam a good material to make props out of? Craft foam, just as far as referring to craft foam, is generally like referring to the 2 millimeter foam, which is really thin. I know a lot of people will use like the thicker craft foams or the thicker EVA foams to do some props, swords, and weapons and stuff. I like to use PVC pipes for any kind of sword base that I do. And I actually, if you check out some of the other videos on my channel, I have a video on like Master Sword, Zelda, how to make Link's Master Sword and from Zelda. And I also have like how to make Deadpool's katanas. And you can kind of get to make the swords. I use PVC pipe and a moldable thermoplastic. If it's any kind of normal shaped sword. If it starts to get too crazy far away from a normal shaped sword, then that's where you'd want to start layering on some some foam and stuff like that to be able to give you more control and more width and shapes and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully that kind of answered that question for you. So yes, the foam can work really well for props and stuff, but depending on what type of sword you're doing, I would recommend doing PVC pipe and moldable thermoplastic if you have that option. I'm just kind of spreading some of the glue onto the other side here, because I put a little too much on this side here. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, we got one more side on this, and then we got the two other pieces to do. Let's see. Dat Ninja Max, hello from New Zealand. Awesome, welcome. Sorry guys if you can't see this very well on the camera. Trying to keep it in frame for you, but it's always a little difficult once you get focusing on stuff. Alright, we're going to set this one off to the side. Bring in these two guys. I'm going to get these middle sections first. Let's see. Arachnoid 3. Sweet. I'm glad that you found us. Thanks for joining in. Welcome. Let's see here. The audio. As far as I can tell, I mean, it should be working okay. Sorry if it's cutting in and out. I don't know what would be causing that. So, yeah. Let me know if you continue to have problems. Sorry about that. Yeah, hope you all are having a good night tonight, a good week so far. Almost the end of the week. It's always nice leading into the weekend here. Okay. Arachnoboy, hey, what's up? Okay, nowhere near as bad this time. That's good. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Arachnoid 3 received my gear a few days ago. I need to put up a photo with it on. Sweet. That'd be awesome. Tag me in it if you would. I'd love to see it. Fun plans for Halloween. We've got a fun thing on Saturday. Our community's doing a little Halloween carnival over at our church building in the parking lot. All of us will go dressed in costume a little bit earlier in the evening on a Saturday. Have some fun there. Costume contest, food, etc. It's going to be pretty fun. How about y'all? Looks like Amber says she's gonna hood for Halloween. Yeah, any of you guys got some sweet costumes planned? Oh yeah, Arachnid Boy's being Robin for Halloween and Spider-Man. Sweet. Have a video. You'll have a video on your YouTube channel. Awesome. I'll have to check it out. I'm trying to remember if I already subscribed or not. What's your Oh, I guess we're on YouTube. So your YouTube channel is Arachnid Boy, right? Sweet. One of these days I'm gonna do a Spider-Man costume. Because it's like how I can't claim to be a Spider-Man fan if I don't actually have one of my costumes as Spider-Man, right? Especially after Spider-Man Homecoming. I love that. I thought they did a great job with it. Arachnoid 3 is working on a cyborg costume. That's sweet. Cyborg is super cool. That's right. Justice League's coming out soon, huh? They're gonna be... He hasn't really been introduced in anything else, has he, as far as the cinematic universe? I know he's on... He's in the animated series versions and stuff, but Cyborg hasn't really been introduced in the cinematic universe yet, right? Whether TV or movies. That's funny, Amber. It's kind of like, even though you're way into this stuff, but you don't dress up, it's kind of like when they talk about how the mechanic drives around a beater car because he's always fixing everybody else's and never has time to do their own kind of thing. But that sounds like a fun set of family costumes for next year. Oh, shoot. Dripping. Okay. So I'm going to set all these off to the side, let them sit out for a second. Switch camera angles here. So, oh, no, gotta keep that on. Whew. Okay. Yeah, quick note while we're waiting for the glue to dry. I just got an email from Spreadshirt, which is who I have my merch store through. Off everything right now. Let me pull that up. Okay, right here. So yeah, so they're doing 20% off everything. And that runs from October 30th to November 3rd. So let's see. Yeah, so they're just going to do it right here at the end of the month, October 30th to November 3rd, 20% off everything on the store. So that includes all of my stuff there on Spreadshirt. I think I have links in the description right now. But you can get this apron or t-shirts or whatever you want. But if you put in the code 20 wishes at checkout, you can. I saw that. I thought I'd share that with you guys if you were thinking about getting an apron or a t-shirt or something like that. Then now would be the time because they're doing that sale. So hopefully you guys can take advantage of that. Nothing else, just wanted to let you know about it since I saw it. So let's jump back into this. You guys were asking, how do you know when it's ready? Let me switch camera angles. So you can kind of see that's on there. When it's, I don't know if you guys can quite see that, but, or hear it. So it feels tacky, but it doesn't come off on my finger. Do you see that? Versus this one that I just did, you can see how it still looks pretty wet right here. And if I touch that, you're going to see some come off on my finger. Maybe, if you can see it on the camera. So you know that if it's doing that, it's not ready yet. But if you tap it and it has a tacky sound, but it doesn't come off on your finger, then that means that it's ready. And if you look at it and you see a spot that kind of looks like it's soaked in the glue and didn't quite, let me see if there's a spot, an example here. See, let me get it, catch it in the light there. Right here, you can kind of see the foam was a little bit roughed up right there. And so it doesn't have kind of that sheen to it where it got the glue, so it kind of absorbed the glue a little bit more right in there where I didn't quite get it. So anywhere like that, you might want to just add a little bit extra, a little extra coat. Then it's all covered. It'll save you time trying to do fixes later. And if you want to, just to be safe, you can just go through and do a second coat on everything. Just to make sure that you don't run into any problems with it sticking. But so it's getting close there. So this one's ready to go. So what we're going to do is, first actually I just realized I hadn't cut out the eyepiece yet. So let's hurry and do that. I've got my wood burning heat knife tool here that I'm going to use to cut through this. And if you notice what I did on the other one here, let's bring this in closer for you guys. So on the other one here, I kind of cut it in at an angle, and we'll clean that up a little bit. But I'm going to do the same thing here. And so I kind of have to cut a little bit outside of the lines here so that when it, after the angle goes down, the actual cut mark is reaching the bottom. Or reaching that line, if that makes sense. couple spots where I didn't get quite all the way through. So can you guys see down in there? So like I said, I'm going to clean that up with like a little stone bit with the Dremel later, but at least kind of gives us that starting point with some angled look there. So you can see. So zoom back out. Let's put this together here. Okay, so we've got our registration marks. I'm going to start with this middle section, attaching these two pieces together, and then attaching these two pieces together. Let me hop over and check on the comments real quick. Okay. No masks. I asked about eye masks, and they said that it's okay. So I'll be Nightwing for school and Batfleck for the night, both DCU based. Sweet, CC Wiz. I'm glad you're at least able to wear just the face mask thing or the eye mask. That'll be cool. So you'll be Nightwing at school and then Batfleck for the night. Cool. Lyrically geeky. The Roman goddess of fire. Home and hope. Sweet. That's cool. Cheers, guys, for watching. Merry Christmas. Thanks. Oh, sweet. Arachnoid 3. That's awesome. Yeah, you could totally use that same idea to create like a face mask helmet thing for Spider-Man, huh? That's awesome. Glad I could help. Amber, yeah, for sure. Now the thermoplastics would work great to do that. Amber, yeah, the cosplay print. Exactly. Oh yeah, Arachnoid 3 got yours? Sweet! That's what you were referring to, huh? That's so cool. I'm so excited. Definitely tag me. I want to see a picture. That's so sweet. Amber, that would be awesome. Okay, cool. You guys could hear the tackiness. Good. Hope it wasn't too tacky for you. Like that joke I just made. Oh yeah, awesome glove, right? I just got it in the mail today. I think I might be okay to take this off. Oh, okay. Yeah. We're good. Yeah, I just got this in the mail today. I ordered it on Wish. It's super sweet. It's like it's got a little LED light in the thumb and the finger. So if you're like working on something, you know, like sitting here cutting or whatever, I thought it would be pretty useful to be able to shine the light kind of on that area. Sometimes, especially if you're drawing onto black foam with a black marker, it's hard to see unless you have light on it. So I was like, this would be so perfect. So I ordered it off of Wish. It was like, I think I got it for free and just had to pay like $2 shipping or something like that. But if nothing else, I bet it's like definitely under $5 on Wish. I should find the link and add it somewhere for you guys. But yeah, it's way cool. So I'm trying it out. This is my first time using it today. So we'll see how it goes. Pretty excited about it. Let's see. May have just semi-burned yourself with the hot glue gun. No, CC Wiz. Hot glue guns are like all the time. I'm like accidentally sticking my feet in my feet. Whoa, that would be impressive if I was somehow sticking my feet in hot glue. My fingers into the hot glue once I put it down. And yeah, not fun stuff. Let's see. Dad joke groan hanging out with. Nice. Okay, cool. So let's get to this now that I'm caught up on the comments a little bit. So we've got our registration marks to help us to keep things in line here. And then I just kind of run my finger along the top as I do it just to kind of make sure that they're coming in flush. And I'm going to make sure, now that I'm kind of closer to this end, I'm going to make sure the ends line up. And then kind of press that down from there. And so I kind of did this inside out. Now we can flip it around and we can actually push it inside out to get this. See how this is kind of pulling apart right here? We can just actually flip it inside out and that will push those edges together now on this side to make sure they get a nice seal. And then just kind of check both sides, make sure you're good to go. And you can kind of flip it in and out, inside and out a couple times if you feel like you need to, just to make sure everything's sticking okay. Then we'll start on this section. Flip this one inside out. Nice. I'm going to flip it inside out again, just to make sure we're getting that okay. And then back. Cool. Nope. So it looks like I might not have gotten the edges very well here, but luckily that's not too much of a problem. Because all we need to do, just get a little thin piece of paper or a little piece of plastic or something like that. And then you can just get a little bit of contact cement on it. There we go. It's good if you kind of cut it to a really sharp point. I didn't do that on this, it's kind of flat, but the sharper point you can get it to and the thinner material it is, depending on the size of your gap, the better. So like a piece of paper probably would have worked pretty well. But what we're going to do is just kind of get that glue down in there in these spots where we missed. On both sides. While it's still kind of wet, just kind of press it together just to cover it, but we're going to give it a second to kind of dry in there first. And then we'll press those back together. So yeah, we're kind of seeing some shape starting to take place here. It's going to be now, but once we go in and heat it, we can shape it, round it out a little bit more. So now on these, we're just going to do the same thing. Let's see. And we got the net on her phone today, so she'll be able to do more than one thing at a time. Nice. Awesome, awesome. Hi, honey.
Hi, just peeking in.
Do you want to come say hi to the folks?
Hi, everybody.
They miss you.
Attempting to lay a wooden floor.
Did you guys hear Olivia say hi here? She just poked her head in just to see how it was going.
Very stinky, so I'm leaving.
Oh, okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions on this? How I'm doing any of this process, or anything that you'd like to know specifics on? So here on the end, I want to just make sure I'm getting that all lined up with the end. So you can see sometimes I don't get my registration marks all perfectly drawn on there. So in this instance, I might have tried to like line that up a little bit lower, but I defaulted to the edge because that edge is going to be more important to have straight, and then I just kind of let that one fall where it was. She's not in here anymore, but she said that she can't be here with you guys. So let's see. Cool. So we're good on that one. And now this one. So I'm curious, like, and I see a bunch of names kind of frequently here repeated, some of the big commenters and stuff, but I'm curious, it says we got 12 people watching right now. If everybody that's watching can just like type like Wahoo or something into the who all we've got here that's tuned in. Okay, so now we got both of these pieces, the left and the right. And so you can see with that dart, once we put that in, that kind of starts to add some curve into the side of the helmet there. We're going to definitely be adding some more here in just a second. So let's see if this is dry enough. All right, let's give it a try. Cool. All right. Very nice. Okay. All right, so let's see who we got. Who we got? You guys to the point in the delay yet where you've heard me say everyone comment? Now, this is going to connect into here. So when I was first cutting this out, I didn't cut the angle on it. I just wasn't thinking, and I should have. So I'm going to cut that now. Doing a slight bevel on it. I just am trying to make sure that it's not going to cause any problems for me. Nice. 3, Lyrically Geeky, Arachno Boy. Some chrome lenses for your Spider-Man suit. Sweet. That's legit. Alright, here we go. So now we're going to attach the sides. Okay, I think I'm probably good on this. I've got some good ventilation with the window near me, and now that it's mostly dried, it's not wet still, then the fumes have mostly evaporated away. Okay, so we're gonna start on the front. This is always, let me see what you guys can see here. Awesome. You'll have to share a link. Hello, we need a Cosplay Apprentice fan page on Facebook or something. Okay, here you go, guys. Real quick, we're going to take a quick break because Amber had this awesome idea. I actually created a Facebook page, like a kind of a insider group Facebook page, and I'm going to do it by request only. And like I'll have to approve it kind of thing. To let people in, so hopefully it'll just kind of be like people that are, you know, excited and like helpful and courteous to everybody else. So we have a nice, good environment there, and everybody can feel safe and happy and excited about cosplay. So actually, let me pull this over to here. So I'm gonna, I made it already, but it's private, so I'm going to just make it visible for you guys to be able to find, and you all can hop on and I'll add you guys. I'm calling it the Build Guild. So let's see. How do I see that page? Ha, there we are. The Build Guild. Here in a second, I'll pull it up and show you guys. Okay, so I need to manage group. Yeah, this will be sweet. This will be a great spot to be able to like post pictures of your stuff and everything so everybody can see it, and be able to do some ask questions and get answers and that kind of thing. So let's see. Okay, I just need to figure out how to... Sorry guys, how do I change the edit group settings? I guess that would be a good choice. I was about to say, how do I change the settings about the group? Okay. Change privacy settings, here we go. It's a secret group right now. So now I just need to change it to just a close it, but only members can see the post and get added onto it. Okay, confirm. Group's content more public. All of the group members will be notified. Confirm. Cedric, no! Sorry guys, the dog's barking. Okay, so let's pull this over here. And let's take a look at what we've got. Boom, the Build Guild, guys. Here we go. Changes have been saved. Let's see. Pick group type. So yeah, whoever wants to, hop on there, search the Build Guild on Facebook, and join. Let's see. Pick a group type. Video games, study group, support, team, travel, custom, school or class, project, parents, neighbors, video games, club, events and plans, family. I don't know, what would you guys say? Are we a club? Are we a school or a class? Are we or I guess we could just do custom. I don't know what custom options give us. We're a guild. The Build Guild. Let's see. So Rectum Boy asked, how do we get on this group? So yeah, just hop on and onto Facebook, and I think you just search the Build Guild and it should come up for you. I'll have to like approve requests, so after this I'll go through and like approve everybody that's requested to be on it. In the terrace. Arkhamverse Batman, hello, what's up? Let's see, I'll prove from here for a second to add it. Still on my phone. Okay, let's see. Doom. Anyone hyped for Stranger Things 2? I need to watch Stranger Things. Everybody talks about it. It sounds pretty awesome. Lyrically Geeky, good night. Thanks so much for tuning in. Awesome. Yeah, please do. Let me know if you have any questions. Comment on the videos and I'll help you out for sure. Cool. So yeah, the Build Guild project, special interest group. Alrighty, let's see. Does it have that option? Special interest group? We'll just do custom. Anyway, I'll get that more filled out and details put in there. But yeah, everybody check it out. Erectum Boy, I live stream using OBS Studios, or OBS. It's Open Broadcast Studio, and I stream through my YouTube channel. I think that you have to have a certain number of subscribers or views or something like that before they open up the live stream capabilities on YouTube to you. But yeah, that's how I'm doing it. Great question. Okay, let's jump in and keep working on this mask, on this, it's kind of, because it's not quite a helmet, but it's not really just a mask either. It's more than that. So, let us continue. So, as I was saying, you want to definitely make sure that you start with the front edge as you're going to be moving up there. So, let's see. I don't know if it's. Oh, let's switch camera angles back. Here we go. Yeah. So, on the Build Guild thing, as available or whatever, for people to be able to see. Notifications, all posts, yeah. Let me put a share link for the group into the into the description of this video, of this stream. That'll help you guys find it. Nope, not share on my timeline. I just want the link. Okay, well, never mind then. Let's see. Maybe I can just share the link of this. Sorry, guys. Make this as easy as possible for you guys to join in. Alright, well, while that's loading, my live stream's taking up most of the internet, so let's switch camera angles so you can see this better here. And let's start. So, I'm guessing that that's the one that I need to stick to. So I'm gonna have to adjust this once we get this stuck on here, but the good thing I did my registration marks, because I'm gonna have to start with this one here, and because I kind of cut those at different, kind of fix that once we get back into that. Here we go. Sorry, trying to get the right angle here. I still want to do this. Let's see. Now at this point I'm going to focus on getting this edge lined up, and then get this last little bit. Okay, cool. So, looks like there's a couple spots we need to try to get to. A bit too long on some of this here. Let's see. And it kind of dried out a little bit too much on that glue there. Okay, so I'm adding keeps doing that. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry guys, my dog keeps barking. I'm gonna just let him out real quick. Cedric, where are you? After we were stuck, you couldn't climb over the wood? Silly guy, go upstairs. Okay, sorry about that. Hopefully the audio is working again for you guys. I did just post the link to the Build Guild in the description. Hopefully that's showing up for you guys. And then hopefully the audio is working there now. Sorry about that. I don't know why. It just like randomly kicks off all of a sudden. So annoying. Okay. A little bit of this in there, inside this crack. All right. Cool, cool. Okay, so while that's kind of settling in, actually, probably could use a little bit more right here too. Okay, so while that's drying, I'm actually, just so I don't have to deal with that again, I'm just going to quickly throw another coat onto both of these sides. I don't like filling cracks. I like to have it work on the first go. These are the moments where it helps to have Olivia be able to read the questions to me or comments and stuff. But oh, Phasmatic, hey, welcome. So, I connected the camera to OBS using the player that comes with the webcam that I have plugged in. Window and just shows the webcam, and then I just connected it as a window instead of as a camera because it wasn't reading it as a camera for me, but so that's what I did there.
Let's see. Deadpool mask tutorial. Yeah, I still need to get that out. I have a bunch of stuff like that, but I still... Yeah, so Weebly posted that link in the... or will be posted that link in the chat as well for you guys. Deadpool mask, got the group, sweet. Post some of my makes for LARP weapons and shields. Sweet, sounds good. Cool, yeah. So, adding some more glue. Ah, dripping. So doing this second layer will definitely help to make sure that I don't have any problems with the stick and getting it, coating the edges well and everything here. So. Oh shoot. Whoops. I did not want to go clear down onto there with that glue. So I'm gonna need to try and wipe that off. Okay, cool. I'll set that off to the side for a second. Okay, let's see. Arachnaboy, yes. The cosplay supplies. Let me switch camera angles here. So it comes in a roll like this, smooth on both sides. This is the 6mm foam. And then I also did order some 4mm. And here's the 4mm foam. So yeah, this stuff's awesome. It works great. And it's a pretty good price as well. And they've been super awesome. They also when they send you out the foam, they usually also send you out this one of these cool silver markers, so that when you're drawing on it, you know, it shows up really well on the black. So yeah, it's been super handy as well. You can see they've got their website on there. TNT Cosplay Supply. But yeah, so let's see, what else do we have? Let's back here. I think you can get it at Hobby Lobby. Certain kinds, you can get like craft foam, like the 2mm at Hobby Lobby pretty easily. And you can get, and you can get the kind that comes in in like sheets like this big. They're like 8 by 12 sheets or something like that. But they're only this big. You can get those kind of things usually at Hobby Lobby too. I don't know, maybe they have more than that. I don't know if it comes in the rolls or not of that big for that thickness. But what mask am I making? Oh yeah, Wilby, great question. Yeah, no worries. So people join in at different times and everything, so I'm happy to answer questions over again. So I'm making, I'm actually making some cowl like mask things from a kids show, PJ Masks.
Making it for the kids. They have a show called PJ Masks that they love, and so I'm making it a Catboy mask for this one, and then the next one that I'm doing after this is going to be an owlet, and then there's also Gecko. So my two boys will be Catboy and Gecko, and then their friend, that's a girl's going to be the owlet. So yeah, great question. How much is the foam? Is that Arachnid Boy what you're asking? I want to say for a roll like that, for that size. Sometimes they have them on clearance as well. They have ones that like that or got dings or whatever in them that you on their site. But I think yeah, $11 for the roll, which is pretty good. Oh, sweet. Cool, well, I'll have to check out Hobby Lobby. Anytime I've looked at like Joann's and Hobby Lobby and those kind of ones, they've never really had very big sizes of the foam, so that's cool. Dante, what's up? Hello, hola. Welcome. Cool, cool. So, I'm going to keep this on for just a second longer.
We can check on it. So yeah, this part's still a little wet right here. Let's switch camera angles. So you can see in the left, we're good. But over here, we're getting close, but it's kind of, you guys might not be able to see that, but it is. So that one's close. And then this one might still be a little wet right there. Oh, yep, right there you can see how it's coming off on my finger. So this still needs a little bit more time there. Let's see. Contact cement question. Trying to glue two parts of duct tape together. It would not adhere because I put it together too earlier because they are too porous. Oh, whoa. Too far on this to try to read it. Sorry guys, my computer's kind of running a little slow because of the live stream. What the? Okay.
Sorry guys, my page is reloading. Hopefully we're still live. Okay, so I can't see comments for a second while it's refreshing here. We're just going to jump into putting this together. Oh, okay, so I just realized something. I drew both of these on the same side, but gosh dang it. Did I do the same thing? Did I take the wrong one? I went and did the same thing, didn't I? This will work. Sorry guys, I just realized that I messed up on one of these pieces when I first cut it, and I accidentally took the messed up one. So I'm actually gonna need to redo this one because I put it on this side. It's gonna work okay for here, but now the normal one on the other side isn't going to work. So I have this piece, but it's not glued. And this piece will work. Dang it. Luckily it's all symmetrical though. Okay, let's see. Don't see the link. Page again. Arachna boy, you taking off? Have a good one. Oh, at the Ogden Hobby Lobby. Cool, cool. Good to know, man. Let's see. Still live and glorious 720p HD. Yeah. Alright, cool. Alright, so I'm going to have to throw some glue on this one now, because that other one, I just got the wrong piece into the mix. I thought I pulled the right one, but I got it mixed up. So this one's a cleaner looking piece anyway.
But we got to do some glue on it. So here we go. Gluing time. Let's get our glue on. Dun, dun, dun. So let's see, how many people do we have watching? Nice, this is great, guys. So we got a pretty good. Okay, so there's that inside part. Now for the outside. Cool, cool. Ronald Seaman and Amber Turner both requested to join the Build Guild. I'll get everybody added after this live stream. But yeah, awesome. I'm glad you guys are finding that link. Okay, so tonight, feel free to chat in the chat room there with everybody. Make it a little bit more interesting. All right, Amber, have a good night. Yeah, sweet. I'll look for those. I'll get you guys all added after this. Arachnoid 3, yeah, I saw your request come in. Perfect. Welby, great question. Where did I get the pattern? Yeah, I did. It is my own. I made it. What I did was I took, I had the kids watch a show, and while they were watching the show, I wrapped some saran wrap just around the top part of their head so that it was covering up their hair, so I wasn't sticking tape to their hair or anything, and kind of down over their ears and stuff. And then I just took like painter's tape and just kind of taped kind of around their head and everything like that, so you can kind of see here. And I did just like half of their heads. Kind of just took a ruler and drew a line down the middle. Tape the shape that I wanted, wrapped part of it underneath, like around their chin like this. It's gonna be like a cowl kind of thing. And then drew on kind of the shape of the eyes and kind of different things, kind of taped around their eyes, drew the shape. And then I wanted to, and then just drew that center line and did some registration marks on there, and then just kind of carefully cut it out so you can see the saran wrap on the inside. Then I just carefully kind of like put my finger between their head, went along and just cut it off, and then there was a point to where it was enough that I could just kind of peel it off. And then that gave me this, and then I was able to kind of draw on where I would need to cut it to try to make it flat pieces that I could transfer onto paper, onto the foam. And so then that's what you kind of see here. I haven't cut that out yet, but you can see the one we're working on now. I did cut out. And then I added a dart right here so that it can lay flat. And then if you piece this together, so yeah, great question, Welby. Thank you. Amber, did you have a question? You guys figured it out? Okay. Yeah, the back side of duct tape, like the non-sticky side, is like meant to not really have things stick to it very well. So yeah, that's probably why you were having troubles with that. Yeah, you might be able to sand it first and just kind of make it rougher, and then the glue would have something to stick to. But because it's so smooth and everything, and like kind of has like a waxy texture to it, it's kind of prevents things from sticking to it very well. So yeah, hopefully that works for you. Okay, let me see. Okay, so we're good on this side. You can kind of hear the tack there. But this is our side, we're good. And a couple spots here. Yeah, we're probably good on this, so let's move forward. I'm gonna quickly just do this. We did this before. Also, too, a great thing to use for filling cracks and stuff like this is a toothpick, especially for like small little ones like that, small little gaps. Now this gap here is kind of created from, I stuck it together if you saw that, and then I like realized I had messed up, and so I tried to pull it apart, and it kind of ripped pieces of the glue off in doing so. So this will be okay. We'll put some of this down in there and get that drying, but we'll be able to continue putting the rest of it together while that's drying. It won't make too big of a difference from that standpoint. Okay, so here we go. Okay, Amber, have a good night. Thanks so much. You're all right. And then there were 8. Okay. So here we go. Okay. Get on this corner here. This bend. And let's see. So we've got this part that's still drying, but it's getting pretty close. It's kind of sticking funky. Cool. So we're getting there. We've got kind of the starting of our cowl here. Let me show you guys kind of what this is actually supposed to look like.
My audio cut out again. The desktop view like that. If that's the case, that's annoying. Sorry, hopefully you guys can hear me now. Probably cut out for a little while there. Let's see, PJ Masks. Transferring that. Yeah, so that gives you guys an example there. I'm sorry, I don't know why my audio cut out. Hopefully you guys could hear me okay. Now, at least. So, what we need to do is, this part is actually supposed to kind of come out and here at the end and wrap around their nose a little bit, right? So we need a little bit there, and then also too, we need to give a little bit more. You can see that this is kind of goes to a point and then down, kind of triangular there. We need to heat it up and kind of shape some curve into all of this there. That as well. So we got about 20 minutes left on this, and see how far. And then we'll also be gluing this part down. So I mean, you could use the same principle, these same ideas and stuff for like doing like a Captain America cowl, or even continue it all the way down instead of just having an open spot for the mouth, and you can make it be like a Deathstroke helmet, or a Spider-Man face mask or something like that. Only take it back like part way or something, and have a face shield, be able to do eyes, or magnetic eyes into it or something, or a Deadpool face mask that goes underneath your mask. mask or whatever to kind of give it the shape that you want. But yeah, so all kinds of possibilities with the same idea. So just creating that pattern and then shaping it how you want. And you can turn it into basically anything you can imagine, right? So here we go. Let me zoom out a little bit for you guys here. So you can. I'm going to start with up in here. And then once we get that shaped in, we might be able to do some of the cutting. So we'll see how far we get. So I like to use the back end of my knife honing thing. Can't remember what it's called. Knife sharpener, knife honer, something. Anyway, so I like to use the back end of this and kind of reach up in there and like when the foam is heated, use this to kind of press in a curve. So here we go. We're gonna heat this up. You'll see as we heat this too that the foam will kind of get a little bit shinier as it gets heated. And that's because it's sealing that top layer of the foam. It's and that heat is kind of just like causing the top layer to fuse together, making it a little bit smoother and less porous. Just gonna throw a little bit on the inside here. So as you can tell, I'm just focusing on just this section right now. And then we'll just move our way along. And so what I'm doing is I'm just trying to get rid of that straight line, how it just kind of goes from here straight up. We want to make that just a little bit more curved, a little bit more round. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys as to what I'm trying to accomplish here. Probably looks pretty crazy from the outside here. Just kind of going all over the place. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you see how much more rounded this is? This side that just kind of goes like straight from one point to point B kind of thing, whereas this one now has a little bit more of a curve to it, right? So that's what we're trying to do. We're going to do that same thing to this side now. Any questions on that? That's funny. Somebody disliked the live stream. It's probably because my audio kept cutting in and out. And that it was PJ Masks or something. Welby, yeah, we're gonna put lines on the mask. So it's got like, if you saw here, on the example. We can see one that has it. These are all not. The actual character has like a crisscrossing line pattern thing on the mask. and on the whole suit. So I'm going to try to do that on this mask. So we're going to add the details here like this, the ears, the eyebrows, adding the little details there and the stuff on the side and everything. So that far tonight, but we're going to try to get as far as we can. So we're going to heat up this section now, do the same thing. Okay, Phasmatic, good night. Thanks so much for joining in. Alright, so hopefully that is now. It's got a lot more of like that dome-ish, rounded shape to it. I'm going to do the same thing. I want to round these sides out a little bit too, especially just to make sure that there's room for the ear in here. It's not getting completely squished. While I'm still heating up this front section though, I want to make sure and get this nose part worked in. So this part we need to be careful because we're kind of heating it up around the center line where it's glued. You can easily, if you heat it up too much, then that glue will start to kind of come loose and pull apart. Usually once it cools again, as long as you have it like tacked down, it'll usually stick back to itself again, but so you can see it kind of pulling apart there. So you just need to make sure that you're getting it tacked back down when you do this, after you get your shape in. Stuck back in. So for this, I like to just kind of take my finger and shape it around it. Kind of pinch it and roll that section too. You can kind of see there. And I want this front part to come out, but this back part is going to kind of stay in a little bit more as the brow kind of comes in, right? So the great thing about this foam is that when you heat it and shape it, then it tends to hold its shape pretty well when the curvature of that nose piece coming out now. Really starts to give some nice definition. This is the really fun part, is when you get to this point, you get to start kind of shaping it, really getting it to come together, the cool things so that you can add into the foam to give it shape and everything. Is where it really gets to start to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to just heat just these little cheekbone sections a little bit more here. And I'm going to kind of press this side in and then kind of make those cheeks. So you do have to be careful, because once you reheat this stuff, it will kind of, you might lose some of your shape that you put into certain spots. Like, I don't know if you guys saw that as I heated that nose piece up, it kind of dropped as it got heated up. And sometimes with the foam too, you may need to overcompensate. Like, I'm pinching this, but just knowing that it's going to have a little bit of flex where it's going to flex back and give me kind of more of a middle ground look that I'm actually going for. Sometimes you have to overcompensate with the foam because it won't stay exactly just where you put it. So sometimes you have to, push it. It'll kind of spring back into place a little bit more. A little bit more of a curve to the in the nose, so that's coming together. Let's see. It is kind of weird here for down, and then it like kind of has a little bit of a bubble right there with the brow. So I'm actually going to heat up right in here and just okay. So I feel like that's a little bit softer now on the brow area there. More how I want it to be. Okay. So now, like I said, on these sides, let's see. It's good now. It's all good. Okay, awesome. Yeah, thank you, Arachnoid. Arachnoid 3, awesome. Okay, yeah, like this is the fun part. Sorry it took but I mean, you learn a lot in the gluing section too. When you don't have something quite stick right, you can add more and you can fix it. It's not like the end of the world if it doesn't go right on the first try. And so kind of going through that gluing process hopefully was beneficial to you guys as well. But this part's really fun when you start to get to be able to start shaping it. So now again here I'm just going to kind of make these side pieces now a little bit more round like we did on those front pieces. Give the ear a little bit of room here. We kind of got some curve put in here from this dart, but I want to add a little bit more curve into this area, here and here, just to kind of keep it all rounded out. Like large rounded heads. Okay, so I don't know if I hold this at the right angle, if you can kind of see, you can see that roundness at all that I added in. It's not super visible from these angles, but oh, there we go. You can kind of see that. From there, a little bit more rounded versus this side that's kind of, it's a little bit sharper on that side angle. Welby, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is the really fun part. Oh, this is looking cool. And I'm not having to wear a mask because I'm not doing the But yeah, so that's coming together, and then we're gonna do this little part down here. And actually, I always forget, but I'm gonna add a zipper into this so that they can actually get their heads in to about right here. And so I kind of just make sure that I'm getting everything how I want it to look, and then once I've got it, then I'm gonna come through and then put the zipper there. So let's see, this piece glued together, I guess. This is gonna be so awesome. Let's see. How many people? Oh, we're at the 2-hour mark. All right. Well, I feel like we got some cool stuff there to kind of finish up. So, I mean, yeah, from here, basically, because I need to finish this before Halloween, so I won't be still working on this next live stream. But what I'm going to do is come in here maybe with like a ruler or something and draw those crisscrossing lines. Just draw in the lines to get the diamond shapes that I'm kind of going for. And then I would go through with my X-Acto knife and just score it along those lines. With your heat gun, hit those spots that you scored with some heat, and it'll cause it to open up a little bit. And kind of create a little bit of a gap. You don't need to like go through with your knife and cut the gaps. You can just cut the line, and then when you heat it up, it's going to cause that cut space to separate a little bit once you come back with the heat. So that way we can get this cool, crisscrossing diamond texture across all of this. And then after that, then I'm going to go through and draw on, where I want those little design pieces and stuff like that. Cut those out of maybe like a 4mm or 2mm craft foam, and then just glue those on into place. Glue my and put that zipper in. So yeah, and then you put on a coat of well, heat it first, make sure it's heat sealed, and then Plastidip, and then paint it with like Rust-Oleum spray paint, whatever color you want. This one's gonna be blue. So yeah, so that's that. Any questions on that before, right as we finish up here? Ian Geek Freak just got really quiet. I feel awkward now. Yeah, no worries. Sorry to make you feel awkward. But yeah, sorry you're just getting here. We're kind of finishing up. But yeah, so any questions on this process or where we're gonna go from here? Since I kind of won't be, you guys won't see the rest of this process because I'm just gonna finish it before Halloween here for the kids. So let me know. Give a second for the delay to catch up here with me for you guys to hear me. Also, too, if you guys are just getting in and you want to see this whole process, I'll leave the replay up for, and then I'll kind of like archive it and just have a link to it. It'll still be unlisted, but you can still come back and see it. For those of you that didn't see, I have a link in the description for our own special Facebook group. It's a secret or a closed group, so you have to just ask for permission and I'll let you guys in. But it'll be kind of a nice little place where we can hang out in between live streams. You guys can ask questions, post pictures of your cool stuff. We can all like support each other, answer questions, and help each other out. And then links to the live builds if you guys want to go back for a week's time, because I'll make them not public after a week and just make it unlisted, but there will be a link in the Facebook page where you can go click on it and then still watch that. And YouTube gives you the ability to be able to see watch videos in different speeds now, so you can watch it in 1.5 times speed or 2 times speed if you're wanting to kind of see the whole process. But it's, you want to fast forward through some of the gluing sections, but you don't want to miss certain things that we're saying. Put that into 2 times speed, watch it in half the time, or whatever. So that's super helpful too. We'll be adding accents to the mask as well. Yeah, exactly. We'll be adding the accents. So what I'll do with those is I'll probably do like either 4mm probably foam that's it's thinner than this, but thicker than just 2mm, and so that 4mm will probably come on and like glue on some of those accent pieces and things like that after doing the texture on it. So cool. Let's see. Yeah, remember the Deadpool mask tutorial? Need it for Halloween if you can. Before Halloween for you. But join that Facebook group, and I'd be more than happy to answer some questions for you on that and kind of see if I can't help guide you through that. So there's a couple different ways you can do it. I actually had the actually just had like a spandex mask part that's part of like a from the suit part. And then I modified it with cutting the holes for the eyes and then outside and stuff like that, which you could do with foam and which would probably be what I would recommend. I did it with the moldable thermoplastic, but I think you'd get a better result out of doing it with foam. And to get kind of the sharper like shapes and angles into that are in the eye things there, you can look at the video live stream we did last week, which was like rework on these abs here for my Nightwing costume. But this is all just one piece of foam, but I was able to get like this really cool better for you. Okay, Ian Lapham, just saw you. I'm gonna add everybody after the live stream. But yeah, you can see how I kind of have like this sharp line that comes across, and then down here that kind of pops out. And so check out that live stream video to see kind of how I did that, and you can do a similar thing for those eyes on underneath that. If you don't want to glue them on, you can just have them magnetize. You create like a little face shape thing like what we're doing here. That just kind of head, because he kind of has that unique shape, and then you can put magnets on the inside of that foam thing and have the big open spots for your eyes, and then you would just take that other foam piece and then magnetize that on the outside of the spandex. So hopefully that can help you out. Sorry, I probably won't have that video up for Halloween. Hopefully that might help you be able to get what you're going for. So cool. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's always so much fun to hang out with you guys. Yeah, like I'm super excited about that. Facebook for suggesting that idea. That was a perfect opportunity to be like, hey, let's just publish that. So if you guys like this apron that I have, this apron, you can get t-shirts, hoodies, whatever you can, basically whatever you can imagine, with the Cosplay Apprentice logo on it. But I love this apron thing. It's so nice to be able to just throw this on over whatever I'm wearing and just start working on some cosplay stuff. Not being worried about getting stuff on my clothes. But they're doing, I just got an email today saying that Spreadshirt, which is where I have my 20% off of everything. So if you go on between October 30th and November 3rd, you can put in the coupon code 20wishes, all caps 20, just the number 20, and then wishes, all caps. Then you can get 20% off on whatever's in there. So I thought I'd let you guys know that if you super fun. I love this one. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Let's see. Good night. Welby, thanks so much for joining in. Or maybe it was Welby's idea to do the Facebook thing. Anyway. Ragnoid 3. Awesome. He already got his or hers. Sorry, I don't know. Apron, cosplay apron, or cosplay apprentice. Anyway, so yeah, I look forward to seeing that. Have a great night. Check out my other videos. Hopefully those can answer some questions for you in the meantime. If you have any questions on any of my questions and help out. Talon Stevenson, welcome. You got here just for the end. Sorry. But feel free to watch the replay. I'll leave it up. And make sure to go request to be on this fun there. So thank you guys so much. Have a great night. And like, subscribe, and cosplay on my ciao. Ciao. I can never like block it and stop the recording because I have to use the mouse. Here we go. Ready? And